money that I collected. It's honorable that brought to Nigerian peace.
Me, I want name all of now look into
but there comes a time when you want to take steps every day to make this country a better place.
And the new Nigeria is
indications telling them it's time to change.
All right, it's another lovely Friday, and you're right here tuned to your Never Dull Moment program on radio. That is Ground Zero. Ground Zero is a program where we pick up topical issues in the polity and we discuss them on air. And we give opportunities to the listeners and viewers to also be part of the program. And the major thing that we do is getting analysts to be here to analyze these issues and give us a clearer or better understanding of these issues. All right, and today on the program, we will be looking at a trending metropolitan security threat. It's happening in different parts of the country, but that of Kaduna State is becoming something else. Apart from the fact that people get mugged or killed right on the streets of Kaduna on one hand, we also have incidents of people also attacking or labeling someone, and mob actions will be carried out. These are trending metropolitan security or crime issues that we'll be looking at on the program today. And if time permits us, we'll also look at what's happening far away in the Middle East. And on the program today, I have guests, one already seated, the other will join us any minute from now. Before I get to introduce them, I'd like to tell you that the program Ground Zero comes up every Mondays to Fridays from 5 to 6 p.m. on Procyon Radio and Television. But on Tuesdays and on Thursdays and on Fridays, we connect with Invicta FM to do a terrestrial version of it for those that are listening to us via Invicta FM to also be part of the Ground Zero experience. And to be part of the program, you can go to the website of Procyon Radio and Television. That's procyonnews.com. And it is www.procyonnews.com for you to be able to watch and listen to Ground Zero every day of the week from 5 to 6 p.m. And for those that are watching us, of course, you can go to our YouTube channel from 5 to 6 every day to be part of it. But remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. The channel is at ProcyonRTV. At ProcyonRTV is the YouTube channel where you can watch us every day from 5 to 6 p.m. You can watch Ground Zero. But meanwhile, all through the day, you can, of course, go to the website of Procyon Radio and Television to watch other lovely and interesting programs. There are so many of them. I'll tell you about the programs before the end of Ground Zero today. You can also download the app of Procyon Radio and Television. Procyon Radio and Television. If you go to Google Play Store, you'd have the opportunity of downloading the app, and the app will give you an opportunity of listening to us just the way the program is on now, or watching us, because the app is a one-stop shop where you can listen to us, where you can watch us on Procyon Television, and where you can also read great, wonderful news on procyonnews.com. I'll tell you to be part of the Procyon experience. Just go download the Procyon Radio and Television app and be part of that. And lastly, if you join us on our various social media handles on Facebook, on YouTube, on X app, that's formerly known as Twitter, on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course on Thread. The handle is a unified one. Just look at ProcyonRTV, at the symbol at ProcyonRTV. You'll be able to get us on all of the popular social media portals. So you'll just go be part of it. And remember to follow and subscribe to our channel. Click the notification button so that each time we drop any new content, which we drop every day, you'll be able to know, watch, follow. And don't forget that we also give freebies. Next week, I'll be announcing the giveaways that Procyon Radio and Television will be giving. And those that will benefit from the giveaways are those that will subscribe to our various channels. And to do that, all you just need to do is go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, that's at ProcyonRTV. Take a screenshot of it and send it to the number 0809 799-1989. That's the first thing. Or you go to our TikTok handle at ProcyonRTV. Subscribe, follow us on the channel, and you'd also be able to enjoy the great and wonderful things that we do. Make sure you get the screenshot, send it to us, and that would also give you the opportunity of enjoying from the giveaways that we'll be giving next week. All right. So, and thirdly, you can also be part of what we do by going to other of our social media handles as Facebook, Instagram. All you just need to do is take a screenshot of your follow or subscription page, send it to us, and that will qualify you to benefit from the giveaways that Procyon Radio and Television will be doing next week. And don't forget, the big one will be coming up in December. But for those that will benefit from the end of year giveaways are those that have been subscribed to us for at least 60 days. Those are the people that will benefit from the end of year giveaway that Procyon Radio and Television will be doing. And at the end of year, we'll be giving some wonderful cash giveaways. But to benefit from that, you must have been subscribed to our channel for 60 days. That's 60 days, that's roughly 2 months for you to benefit from the Christmas and New Year giveaways right here on Procyon Radio and Television. Because what we always say is that we want everybody to shine like the star that they are. And of course, to shine like the star that you are, you need to, first of all, be able to benefit from all of these. I can see that our subscribers on terrestrial are having a little bit technical issues, but for those watching us on Procyon Television, I think all is good. It's only those that are watching us on YouTube that are having issues. All right, let's see what we can do about this. All right, that's giving us a little bit problem now. Maybe if Michael can give us the code so that we connect through this for the Wi-Fi, give us the code. Let's connect through the other computer access. All right, like for those watching us internationally outside of the terrestrial spheres of Invicta FM, so sorry about that technical hitch, but we are sorting it out any minute from now, and we will definitely link up to those listening to us via Invicta FM in Kaduna and elsewhere. All right, 0. And of course, those that want to call in to be part of the program can. All right, so let's see what to do about this internet. So sorry about this little hitch. We are sorting that out. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, great. We are connected now. We are connected. Thank you so very much, Mike. All right. We are back on air, and sorry for that little technical hitch. I believe we are back live on Invicta FM now. And sorry to our terrestrial, to our online listeners elsewhere. And today on the program, like I said, we'll be looking at metropolitan security challenges that we are facing. And just a few days ago, right here, not far from the Procyon Media Center in Banawa GRA in Kaduna, we woke up to hear of the brutal stabbing of a young lady, a Corp member in Kaduna State here, just around the corner, not far away from the Procyon Media Center. And what happened? Early morning at about 7 a.m., she was doing her normal morning routine of jogging. And in the process, some people came on a motorbike, 3 of them. They stopped her, demanded for her phone, snatched it, and moved away. They were already going, and nobody knows what happened. They came back and stabbed her right through her heart, and the poor young lady passed on. Still that same day, on the same street, not quite 200 meters away from where the first one happened, another lady was also robbed of her phone. There was attempted stabbing, but the lady ran away. She survived on that, and it's so sad and unfortunate. That is on one hand. And secondly, also here in Kaduna, in another suburb called Angwanromi, some young men were shooting a skit just to discourage people from carrying out mob action. And unfortunately, that also turned messy, as people in the environment where that particular skit was being shot thought that it was real. They attacked the young girl and almost killed her. And sadly, the second day, they still went to her house and attempted to kill her. It's a content being produced by content creators of Kaduna, and one of their main man, Michael Yusuf Michael, brought that to the notice of Procyon Radio. I was thinking that we'd be able to have him in the studio today, but unfortunately that couldn't happen. Now, these are metropolitan security issues that we are having. And just yesterday, the Commissioner of Police in Kaduna also put into motion a team to smoke out whoever it was that was responsible for the killing of this young girl. To give you a little background, the Kaduna State Police Command yesterday confirmed the brutal murder of a member of the National Youth Service Corps, Grace Chalia Silas, by yet to be identified assailant. The command spokesman, ASP Manir Hassan, told journalists in an exclusive interview that the police commissioner, Yusuf Garba, had directed a manhunt for the killer of the Corps member. Chalia Silas, who is on her one-year mandatory national service in the state, was reported to have been stabbed to death during her morning jogging at the Banawa, a suburb in Kaduna South local government area of the state. The deceased friends and all of that from Unijust have been mourning and doing a whole lot. These are two trending security issues. Now, I am very familiar with Banawa, apart from the fact that almost 30 years ago, when I decided to settle down in Kaduna, I lived in this neighborhood where the Procyon Media Center is. I know that the neighborhood very well. And this particular young lady that was attacked, like I said, was attacked on the same street where the Procyon Media Center is in, and killed. And to give you an idea of this community, this street is particularly not a low, how do they call it now? It's a medium stroke highbrow area. Though the entry point to the community, we have some suburb across the street, and that particular junction there, almost all day long, we have people that one is not quite sure of what they do, hanging at the entry and exit points of this particular axis of Banawa GRA. People that are familiar with it know Aliu Makama. That's a major road that links into Banawa GRA where we are and where it happened. And that particular junction, there's a bank at that junction, and people are gathered there all day long. At times, you hear the smell and whiff of some substances being smoked. That's not an excuse for criminality, though. But what we are saying is that, is it that the police or the security agents do not know these persons? Because someone in that area said they suspected that the assailant, probably because the girl lives just close to that junction at the Coppers Lodge, probably the killers felt that the lady that was killed may know them. That was why after they've robbed her, moving away, they came back, stabbed her, and left. We are in the studio so sad. I would say it's a sad day if this kind of thing would just happen, and so far nobody has been arrested, though the police, I would say they are doing their best, but they should do much more. In the studio this evening, I'll start from Mike Odeh Akatu, my guest, and Danjuma Abbas Dangwa. They've already entered the studio. I did not introduce them. Mike Odeh Akatu is a journalist and a media analyst while Danjuma Abbas Dangwa is a good governance advocate, a social entrepreneur. Is it a social entrepreneur? All right. He's someone that's passionate about the development and progress of Nigeria. I'll start from Michael de Akatu. These metropolitan security and crime rates.
This social vices is a very, very sad one. But unfortunately, it could have been prevented. And I'll give you the reasons why. Years ago, the police, the CIDs, the SSS, and the rest used to have what we call informants. And they were moving around suburbs. And they have a record of who are criminals and who are not criminals. What they do. Like you just said, you said when you're around the Aliu Makama, there are suburbs. And at times you hear whiff, smell of course, reef and others. The police should have stepped in, or the NDLEA should have gone and make arrest, but they relax. You see, so, and years ago, it's very easy along Gwari Avenue and the other areas. You can take a stroll, even around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You see people jogging, moving around. But these days, it's no longer like that, and I'm going to tell you why. We have in Nigeria today, though the federal government is saying that it's about 6 million, we have over 8 million refugees, IDPs, internally displaced persons, as victims of conflicts, crimes, war, and the rest. These people will turn out, a lot of them will turn out to be unemployed. And a lot of them are young men and women. And now when you have victims, when you have people that are not working, over 8 million of them, and they are in the street, what do you expect? You have Boko Haram members that have been chased from the southeast, from the northeast. You have Fulani for bandits that have been chased away from the forest. A lot of them will do nothing. Join up with the local criminals we have. You'll have an upswing of crimes. Now, what are these kind of crimes? It involves theft, burglary, and outright murder. Some of them will be selling drugs. Some of them will even criminal armed robbery. And unfortunately, the organization or the authorities saddled with crime prevention, primarily the Nigerian police force, has not really upped its game. They have not increased their manpower. They are not training. In those days, we used to see Operation Yaki, Operation this, Operation that. Nowadays, we don't see them again. You know the reason why? Because most of the Nigerian security agencies are concentrated in fighting insecurity either in the northwest, in the northeast, or in the southeast. So we don't have time for internal security to curb these social vices. And now we have over 200 million Nigerians. We have about approximately 235 million Nigerians. As you and I were progressing, the other ones are coming. And the jobs are not there that easy. And you understand we have almost 8 years of disastrous outing that has produced unemployment, the highest so far in Africa, in Nigeria, under Buhari. And when this president came, one day's pronouncement did a lot of harm. And that is why you see this evil, these young men and women are increasing. And the security apparatuses are not also increasing the way it is. And that is why we are having this kind of crimes. What is a handset that somebody will go and kill somebody over? But now we have gone to this, we have descended to this extent, this low that these people will stab. They'll take this handset that is worth maybe 100,000 and go and sell it for 10,000 naira. If not cheaper. I understand. And they are doing it with reckless abandon because they know they will not be caught. I tell you this, and I'm challenging the police commissioner. Let him arrest these people in the next 1 week and parade them. Let's see.
And you know, well, they have set in motion, but you know my concern in this would have been a golden opportunity for the police force to really do a decent work. Because, like I said, this particular axis where this thing happened is somewhere that I am very conversant. I can close my eyes and walk down Yusuf Ilya from the beginning to the end because I know that place so well. I know it so well. Now, those miscreants, there are dark spots that we know. where they hang around.
Let me ask Mr. Ehis, this dark spot you are talking about, black spot, have the police raided these places in recent times?
Wow, that's a question that they are the only ones that can answer, because what I see, I have not seen them do it. Though somebody said, like in the past 24 or 48 hours, there seemed to have been an increase in security patrol in that particular axis where it happened. Having said that, I would also want to quickly talk. You were talking about the depletion of metropolitan security patrols as a result of what's happening in the northeast. But I can tell you, northwest,
Northeast,
northwest, yes. Now, is it not just a few days ago that sadly, for me, I call it sadly, that the state government constituted a team to check vehicle particulars and license? And sadly, just yesterday, I was driving around town. I saw a policeman fully kitted, battle ready, with one of these their sophisticated arm loaded with triple magazine, being part of checking vehicle licenses when we have serious crimes happening in other parts.
We have vehicle inspection officers.
A policeman well kitted as in battle ready, using guns to stop vehicles, to check particular vehicle particulars, licenses, whether it has expired. Come on, you need to wake up in this country. That's on one hand. Let me come to Danjuma Abbas Dangwa. How does this resonate with you? What's been happening in the metropolis security situation?
Well, he's on Tuesday. I was looking at siblings dressed in school uniforms, private school uniforms, holding each other, walking somewhere in the streets of Kano. And I looked at them, and of course I came in and I saw a lot of school children, government uniforms and all of that. And I looked at these siblings working together, and what crossed my mind was all of these investments in the lives of these young children. Somebody somewhere is unregulated, uncommissioned, and unchecked, and is already having firearm or weapons that can terminate the life of these children at any given point in time of their lives. It can happen when they become youth corps members. It can happen at the time when they are already employed, because some way, somehow, the value of the life of the Nigerian citizen has not really seemed to be the priority of the Nigerian government.
Yeah.
Now, we are here within this community. There is rarely anybody in this community where there is a divisional police headquarters that can tell you this is the emergency call number of that particular police division. There is rarely anybody in this community who can tell you that he has some level of confidence in the police force, that you call the police into a matter and that you are going to have this matter addressed without you suffering the penalty of having to fund the entire operation of investigation, of even the filing of this case. So much so that the confidence to even approach such an institution by the Nigerian people is weak. It is the reason why some of these cases, you don't find citizens going to report these cases, even when they happen. If she had survived, God knows if she had survived, and this phone was the only thing taken away from her, certainly this corps member will not be going to the police station to report that matter.
Yeah.
So the entire lack of understanding, and that also goes to the promises that the president made in his inaugural speech. He said he was going to overhaul
The security
architecture. He was not just going to train and equip them, but he was also going to overhaul the security architecture. It is over 100 days
3 months now, 4 months now.
They have been mere words that have been stated for Nigerians to applaud, but of little significance or effect. Sometime about 7 years ago, there was a circular by the Kaduna state government concerning undeveloped properties, giving an ultimatum for property owners to develop these properties or risk government taking them back. as of today, these uncompleted buildings are still the facilities of use. The communities and the environment is not just suffering just criminality alone. There is also the cases of open defecation. A whole lot of issues that is trying to show that even within urban spaces, there are ungoverned spaces. So it's not about raiding. I do not even support the raiding of individual private citizens who are going about doing their legitimate jobs and duties. But certainly there are places where you know that the hangers on in these spaces have no business being there.
Yeah. You can imagine.
There is a bank. There is a bank somewhere in Barna here that nearly 24 hours a day you find people hanging around it.
That is
and you wonder
that bank is just from where this thing happened. You can see the bank.
And even the other bank in Barna, you wonder what it is that people are doing hanging around that place,
connecting
and
to
why it is that it is so condoned. Now, the only measures we have seen government take whenever this crime wave increases is to declare a curfew on the people. How have they been declaring curfew? By 7 o'clock, you will hear that keke riders are being extorted. You will hear that on a daily basis, the motorcyclists are also being extorted. Where we see police functioning is where these extortions are happening.
Before I forget, this is also to call out to the Banawa police division. There's a particular, I will not mention name today, but next time I'm surely going to mention name. There's a particular police officer whose stock in trade is to extort motorcyclists and keke riders once it's 7. He is so notorious that ask any Okada operator, that's a commercial bike operators and tricycle operators about the particular person. He's from Banawa Police Division. The DPO needs to call his men to check. Some days, sometime last week, I was with a particular friend of mine who called the DPO. If the DPO will recall, you were called and told the name of a particular person. On that particular day, I was at the friend's office. He is the DG of the Youth Crime Prevention Center. When almost about 18 tricyclists and Okada riders came there. These are youths that he had trained in all several trades. They came there to report a particular police officer. If the DP or anybody is listening, Banawa Division, if they recall, Prince Osita called you. The other week I was there when about 18 people came to report a particular person. You need to do something about that. Let's go on with the program. I just needed to tell the division.
Yeah. No, now that aside, there is this promotion of thuggery that government is doing in the name of deploying, I don't know whether they are tax collectors or they are revenue collectors.
Wow.
The fact that they have allowed for these people to have access to spaces that normally they will be sanctioned and be queried for even loitering around have continued to embolden the spread of this criminality. The lives of people are being put at risk. You see bikers trying to wiggle their way, avoid them, and the process accidents are happening. And who are these people working for? Because certainly we also see that the tickets are not being issued. We also know that they are pocketing money. What is government really doing? So there are a whole lot of issues around what government is really trying to do to safeguard this space. And it also calls to, the attention of the Kaduna Capital Territorial Authority. There is no way we can continue to have all of these hotspots where people are being stabbed, maimed, and killed. And we have surveillance cameras all across the metropolis. As the government has stated, this very administration that had passed has spent Kaduna State money or budgeted Kaduna State money, even though they have not been able to disclose whether it has been expended or not. But the high performances in the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security or Internal Security and Home Affairs, as they call it, is suggestive that Kaduna State have made significant investment around securing the space, CCTV, drones, a whole lot of other gadgets. We're not seeing it at work. Kaduna State citizens have paid their lives out of the hands of bandits, out of the hands of kidnappers. And there is nobody who has been able to say that there has been any level of documentation to the point of compensation. I know some of the victims of these kidnap incidents, especially those school children in the forestry
school
organization, this in the Mando. Who even went around to rehabilitate them? I mean, there are only people who are volunteering now, having had that experience themselves, to seek out this kind of individuals and rehabilitate them. Some way, somehow, government is maintaining a blind eye to all of these issues. And why should we be afraid? We should be afraid of the fact that Nigeria is making so much significant investment on her citizens, even though our borders have not been adequately protected to allow for resources meant for Nigerian citizens to be well enjoyed by Nigerians. The government is doing quite significantly, in trying to make sure that human capital development is not overlooked. But notwithstanding, we are unable to still get the kind of output that shows that the lives of our children are going to be safe, whether they are in school or in the house or out there in the playground, wherever it is that they are. Let's not forget that it is not different. These instances and individuals who have done this thing are not still different from the kind of people who killed Deborah, Ilya, and Sokoto.
Yeah.
And so the Deborah Samuel, right? So the understanding that we are refusing to really see the rot that is happening in our system. Now we are having people who are controlling our street in our absence. Surely, with low level of patrol around these streets and across some of these spaces that I know, me and you know even the spaces in Bernard that you cannot even walk at night. Yeah, that's even to say the least. And then there is low patrol around that axis, and that means that certainly things are not going on well. There is no way we fight. As at today, you hear gunfire happening next door. Even if there is a policeman in the next property, he will not go out and engage that issue because it is not his beat, and he doesn't also have security communication gadget to even communicate directly to his office. So the entire issue that we're talking about here is showing that we have a dysfunctional system, especially at the point where service is supposed to be rendered.
What's the way out? What's the way out? Because it's not enough for us to talk about it. We must also look at the way out. And looking at the way out starts with, for me, we're trying to go to the root of it. Yes, there's a rot in the system. Yes, they always say the leaders in any particular community is a product of the followers in that community. What are we doing as individuals? I can tell you that the present commissioner of police in Kaduna State is one gentleman, that's CP Musa Yusuf Garba. Can tell you that he's one gentleman that I understand has acquired high-level training in community policing. When it comes to community policing, he, I would say, is one of the few persons that traveled all across the world to acquire the knowledge and skills to develop that particular one. Now, it is time for the CP Musa Yusuf Garba to bring to bear the experience that he has gathered in policing and developing community policing structure and bring it to bear in Kaduna. I feel that's a way forward. I needed to say that because before I forget it, because we actually don't have too much time on our hands. Let us take some calls before we come to proper solutions. Let's also hear what the viewers and listeners feel about what we are discussing this evening. To be part of the program, you need to call the number 0809 799 1989. That's 0809 799 1989 and 0809 4646 206. That's 0809 4646 206. These are the numbers to dial to be part of the program. We have our first call like this evening. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, Danjuma. Good evening, Mike. Good evening.
Yes, Mr. Kure, you're welcome. Let's have your angle to this.
Honestly, it's unfortunate for this girl. This small girl. If she would have known, she would have not even come for the NYSC. That's just the plain truth about it. the police have to wake up from their slumber. I know Blast since 2001, and that place is in existence for long, and nobody cares to know who are those people that are operating there. You can see that Bona, I know that place for a long time, but let the police wake up. Thank God, you know the commissioner of police, let him order his men. We want to see from this girl, let them perpetrate those that killed that girl. From there, we'll go. We'll get it right. Otherwise, honestly, I have to say the security have disappointed me. Where are the gadgets that the Air Fire and Corp and the Commissioner of Internal Affairs say that they will fix? Where are those things? They should make sure that they capture those people and they should set example with them. It's unfortunate. In your house, you are not safe. Outside, you are not safe. What is the problem of this country? Who did this thing to us in this country? Nobody can give me that answer. Have a wonderful day for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Kure, for dropping by. And also, for those that be calling in, the number is 009-799-1989. And when you call in, please keep it clean, devoid of profanities. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Can you turn down the volume of your radio or TV? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, talk to us. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Okotye. I'm calling from Sabo.
All right, Mr. Okotye.
Yes, you have actually done justice to this discussion. I want to also appreciate people in the studio there. Like you earlier said, the police officer is an expert when it comes to police, community policing.
Yes.
And honestly, this is like a litmus test for the community or the states to see expertise. Mr. Ehis, this same thing happened to me in Sabo.
Wow.
As a broadcast journalist and a filmmaker, I was coming from a location. I was walking to my house. Just at the spot, a lady called me. They engaged me in a fight and collected my phone. The police are still there, evidence, because I vowed that any day I see her, I will order her arrest until she produces other girls and the guys that do the same thing. The same thing that happened in January also happened around Sabo and the rest. You cannot go to your house. When has it become a place where you go and do your job and then you want to go and rest at home, you cannot get to your house? It doesn't make sense at all. So I think also, I think if there's a reprisal, because the youth in GRA are really angry. They are really, really angry.
Yes.
What if they decide to shun the police and decide to come to the street to fix this thing? At the end of the day, what are we going to see? We look at it as crisis. Because they are really angry. And then you cannot take laws into your hands. That is why these youths are calm about it. The area for that. They are not happy about it. The same thing in Sabo. It is supposed to Sabo. Everything from 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I wonder if you Sabo, the DP in Dangwa and the rest. I wonder why they will not, spring into action. Most of them are trying to undermine the job of the Commissioner of Police. He is a commissioner that has great antecedents when it comes to policing. So I think this is a litmus test to him. And of course, the killers of this girl. You can imagine who knows where the parents that are putting money to take this girl to school.
Yeah.
After graduating, this girl was supposed to come and serve her nation. And so of course, as a copper, she's already serving her nation. There's some good news just because of food. Is the phone worth her life?
No.
We will not go down on this. We will not relent from the end of this story.
All right.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Okotye, for dropping by this morning as we pick our next call. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Comrade Gabriel. I'm from Kaduna here.
All right, Comrade Gabriel, talk to us.
May Almighty God bless you and all your guys in the studio for giving me all this enlightenment program. Definitely, we surely by the grace of God follow up. Now, what I want to say say that in 2015, even the northern governors at one of their forum meetings, in fact, there are certain areas that constitute insecurity. One of them is the poverty, youth unemployment, and lack of cultivated industry to create job opportunity for Nigeria. If you see Kaduna now, sir, in fact, this is just a chance play because some people can give themselves for 1 or 2 for the day. They cannot. Many of us, you can even see that the SNIPPETS is not trying effort to see that I leave about 3.something billion to see that you settle this retirees, pension and gratuity. I think it's going to even help them. But definitely, but it's not and it's good for somebody because it's hungry. Well, there's a person like again, they kill the girl. So 2 issues now. Just as they are saying, we are press let the security agents also take on the criminals and make sure that they represent the book. I think most of these nurseries are closed, and as I always say, I know how to do it. Because we used to follow people to their houses to make sure that they're taking them to come and even work. So it's so unfortunate. Kaduna is completely go to Procyon. In fact, even I myself I escaped because when I was in KTL, something happened and I wanted to go there. The only people who rescued were the police because you see they are digging ground to make sure they remove most of these scraps. Everything is completely vandalized. So we don't know what is actually happening in this country. Let the government focus. Billions they spend on this collective should be used to repair most of this industry so that Nigeria will get youth and Nigeria will get jobs to do. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Cause to continue to play the hit and the play at the studio there for giving us this good program. In Jesus' name.
Thank you so very much, Comrade Gabriel. Let's take this other call. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mr. Sonny must be speaking.
Say again.
Sonny must be.
Oh, Sonny must be. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir.
All right. Though your network is breaking up, let's quickly have your take.
All right. My take is still on the security issue concerning this lady that was stabbed to death.
Yeah.
Snatching her phone. Honestly speaking, you see, in the state government, some this part they put it on radio or on the media that they have employed or recruited about 7,000 of these very day. I think why they did this to check on this that is going on. So I will be surprised now that all these things that happen. Where are the people that were being recruited for such things? You cannot see them. You don't know where those people were being posted to. All this thing is happening. Every day, this thing is happening, and the government is not doing anything about it. When you talk to them, they will go to the media and start saying other people to counter what people are saying instead of going to do the needful. People are dying every day because of somebody will take somebody's life.
Yeah.
This guy was just killing like that because of food. That is not very good to hear. Where are the thousands people? The vigilante they recruited. All those places that this thing is happening. Every day, people are coming to this. What is the government doing about it? What is the government doing about it?
Big question. What is the government doing about it?
Yeah, that's the question.
Thank you so very much.
So I think that is my own take. The government should be up and doing to do the needful to check on this money in order to save the situation. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity.
Thank you so very much. All right. 009-799-1989 and 009-4646206. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir. This is Otumba from Kano.
All right, Otumba, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. I greet your guest there. You see, my solution is we have got it wrong from the inception. I think I think it's Governor McAlfee that constituted Operation Yachi. You see, then we have security posts in each community and internal. They were closer to where all these things are happening. You understand me? So that is where they should have developed maybe will be inside Dangwa, so that at least before anything kick off, the security agencies that are there will have maybe come to this day off. Because the issue of traditional rulers and Myanmar, we are overpopulated. All these ones, it is those days that when you come, somebody will come in today, you will take him to the Angwa place, all this. We are overpopulated. The only solution, I think, to me, is for us to have community policing and security posts inside community.
All right.
So at least all these people can manage anything that wants to come up.
All right.
Well done, sir.
Thank you so very much. We'll be linking up with one of our friend and associate. We call him MC Flows. He's having his event this weekend in Kaduna. That's on the 22nd of October here in Kaduna. MC Flows, are you with us this evening?
Yes, sir. Which is, yes, boss.
All right, MC Flows. You are live on Ground Zero right here on Procyon Radio and Television, and also transmitting on Invicta FM. Tell us about the show, Give Back to God. If you can do that in 1.5 minutes, we'll be so happy.
Yes, sir. Give Back to God is a gospel comedy, music, fashion exhibition award. It's an event that it has not had taken place in Kaduna before. This is the first person to do that last year, this second edition. And we're doing that at the event center. We're coming with the gospel artists like Chris Morgan. We have comedians like Shirley White, the Damn Madman, Bishop Talk, Chris Talker. We have Sympathical, we have Prayer Point, and many more of them. We have gospel artists like Mr. Sam David, and Jerryman, and we have Marcus G. Plenty of them like that. We have them, you know. So Shirley White, as I said, we have plenty of the artists. So the artists, the event taking place at the event center tomorrow, Sunday.
Where is that again? Where is, just a minute, take it easy. Where is the event taking place?
At Epitome Event Center, Banana Shopping Complex.
Okay, Epitome Event Center. What time is it starting?
4:30. The red carpet may event start by 5:30. We'll be there till 10 o'clock. And we have tickets also. A day pass tickets. We have tickets for 3,000. We have tickets for VIP for 15,000. We have couples table for 50,000. We have public table for 100,000 and 200, 300,000. Gold is 500,000. 1 million platinum. We have drinks and chop. There's no F word. It's a pure gospel comedy, music, fashion exhibition. No F word, no gutter word, no insulting. If you're a comedian, crack a joke. If you're a singer, let it glorify God. So that's what we do there. We try to bring a different narrative for the secular to a different entertainment of the gospel. So God can be smiling when it's watching us.
Okay, so this means that families can come in with their children since it's going to be decent and clean jokes.
Exactly.
All right, and it's taking place this Saturday at 4 p.m. Epitome event on Sunday. Sunday.
Epitome Event Center, Banana Shopping Complex.
All right. Thank you so very much, MC Flows. We are definitely going to be there and want to tell everybody listening and watching us that the Procyon media team is going to be there and being part of Give Back to God. So we'll meet there. You want to quickly give them a phone number to call for more enquiries?
Yes. We have a 070-3383-2090. I repeat, 070-3383-2090 or 080-622-15233. I repeat again, 080-622-15233.
All right, thank you so very much, MC Flows. We are definitely going to be there as we take our next call on the program and our last call today. Hello, good evening. Where are you calling us from?
Hello,
good evening. You are welcome to Ground Zero. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. You want to teach about from Narabarido?
All right, you have 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you for your enlightenment. First of all, let me condole the family of the copper killed, the NYC and the whole parents, because it's not easy. Because accept it so. And I want to advise government to be very vigilant, all the stakeholders, because we don't want this type of situation, especially in this month. All the security agencies protect our roads and ground so that we'll be free from moving from one place to another. And we like to thank you people because you are enlightening everybody. Let people tune to Ground Zero, Invicta, and other radio stations so that they will know the happenings in the town. Let government repair industries and other in this our country.
All right.
Bless Ground Zero and Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Chief Sebastian. We'll quickly come to the studio now. 1 minute. What's the solution to this and your parting word?
The fact is, every criminal comes from a house or from a home. Every individual that you see comes from a home. So the first point of call should be your family. You have parents, guardian, take a look at your ward. Then secondly, there should be reward and penalties. The security forces are being paid through our money, taxpayers' money. There should be penalty for failure of or breach of security in particular places. If you call the police and they are not able to come, if crime happens in this area, the DPO should be deployed, the DPO should be demoted, and police officers should be sanctioned. With that, they'll be alive. They'll be alive to calls, they will respond to calls, and they will respond to crimes. And the police should also at least be proactive, take a step, go to black spots, raid black spots, bring out criminals like it used to happen before. That is my take.
Dangwa?
I think for the police needs to be more of a service-oriented institution than a revenue-generating institution, because so far it seems that is just the priority. Secondly, communities should take responsibility. Yes, crime happens from a home, but there are homes, there are houses within communities that are not being inhabited by owners of these properties, and they are sometimes, most of the times even overcrowded to the point that you do not know who these your neighbors are. As much as possible, communities should keep vigilance around that. And then we cannot have a situation where poverty will not bite when government is refusing to pay salaries as at when due. Teachers in Kaduna State today are still being owed salaries.
Wow.
And then you have pensioners that have not received pension. You have people who have served the state government or government and have not received their gratuity even long after they have been forcefully retired out of work. Some of them cannot afford to pay rent. Some of them cannot afford to go buy through a day's meal. And there is no way a government that is serious about the welfare of the people will allow for such things to continue. Lastly, the fact that some people have deliberately killed nightlife in Kaduna have actually exposed the township area to also criminal elements who rule it by night. And as much as possible, this kind of bans and embargo that has made motorcyclists and keke riders really low-income earners and have made them begin to look out for alternative of augmenting what it is that they are doing should begin to be having a rethink. And lastly, again, sorry I've said lastly the second time. Lastly, Kaduna State government should wade into the issue of regulating this issue of returns that cyclists or people using these hire purchases are using. It is biting hard on their bottom line. Certainly the owners of this property just want their returns and they do not care how these people will source them. And so far, with the increase in fuel prices and the removal of subsidy outrightly, it has become more difficult, impossible for these expectations to be met. Government should wade in and save jobs just so that things can get better.
No, lastly.
No, last.
All right. Thank you so very much, Danjuma, Abbas, Dangwa, and Mike Odeh Akatu for having time to be on Ground Zero today. I want to appreciate everybody, hoping that we've learned a lesson or two from all that transpired today on the program Ground Zero. The space is becoming a little bit more dangerous. The government needs to up its game and secure our lives and properties. And of course, communities need to also play their bits and play their roles, not leaving the families out of this. I sincerely thank the management and staff of Invicta FM for this opportunity, not forgetting Wisdom Magulana and of course Nifemi Onibiyo, who's uploading and who's uplinking signals from Procyon Media Center to Invicta FM. And from the Procyon Media Center here, I want to thank Samuel ID Idoga, the one that we call Crack. Is in charge of our entertainment package in the evenings. And not forgetting also Agbon, she did stage and studio management today. And of course, for sound, we have Mike Praise. Not forgetting Humphrey Ilore. And of course, also he said Agbon. She handled ICT and the video uplink and editing, VTR. FO said Agbon also was in charge of fixing a thing or two. And of course, the production lead, Sarah Agbon. I thank you all for today's program. My name is Ehis Agbon. We'll be on Tuesday next week. Meanwhile, go subscribe to ProcyonRTV on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course Thread, because of the big giveaway that we are unveiling next week. You need to subscribe to benefit from that. Just go to ProcyonRTV on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of the handles, and be part of it. To have a pleasant weekend, and of course, remember to keep shining like the star that you are.